It's your boy Ice Cold Tony back with another video that I don't own copyright of, whatever I'm doing. Whatever. Anyways, this is going to be a quick variety content-esque video. It's going to be somewhat related to some self-improvement lifestyles, and will also be a bit of a podcast episode for claymation, which, by the way, podcast moved literally into claymation as a topic. Don't get it twisted. I'm so getting sued for this. It's like we're going to talk, and this will be listed as a podcast episode for claymation, but it will be cheating a little bit because I'm going to do variety content-esque aspects to it. So it's going to be a little bit of both worlds, seeing how this goes. We're going to do a overwrite of this thing just in case. And as provisionally scripted, I'm not going to use this side of the whiteboard, as in I won't use the whiteboard legitimately. Oh yay! We're going to now instead use these juicy ass markers to write on top of sticky notes that we'll post on the back side of the board. Oh yay! Yeah, we're going to do that. So the first thing we do on this topic is, since we're still going to have to talk about claymation on this podcast, or at least a little bit, to not, waste the point, we're going to use a black marker for pretty much the whole video, hopefully, because we'll have these extra peak details in case we need them. Because you won't be able to see from this far anyways, but we're going to write, not on the board, don't get twisted, we're going to write something like, here you go. For the first sticky note, put that smack in the middle. Oh yeah. I'm going to write a star. If you can see the star, tell me, otherwise I'm fucking this up anyways. So, I don't know how stars work. I'm about to write the Star David, so instead of doing that, let's do an angel, yeah. An angel, shout out, angel. I don't know if I can YouTube. And we're going to need times 3. Now, times 3. Times 3, yeah, whatever, that's it. Times 3, yeah. What about Angel anyways? If you can see him at least. This is the Angel. Whatever. Just zoom in on your device if you have a Photoshop-esque thing. Yeah. The new age. Angel, this makeshift pattern of an angel times 3, so Angel. He still is a Ramadan-esque Malaysian believing. Now, I'm not trying to insult him on this, but he's a no-fap community guy who also talked about videos. He was one of the very first ones I actually found on the topic, and on YouTube at least. Same way how I looked up horoscopes on YouTube the first time a few years ago, and then finally found people like Rich Lop and other positive people that weren't necessarily horoscope or astrology related, but people like Rich Lop, Fernando, and then people who are just positive in general, like, yours truly, Jordan Green, Asco JT, people from even, like, just positivity in general, not just NoFap, like Timothy Ward, although Timothy Ward was an addict one time, for alcoholism, that's sobriety in general. Angel was a YouTuber who did, that slogan where he's like, at the end of each video, he's like, the time is now, and he's very calm, and like, he's like Dry Creek Wrangler School ideas of calm. He actually, look at how I'm holding this, my nipple, don't get twisted. But like, his no-fap content was very genuine. It was like, he didn't make everything spiritual, but he did give you enough ideas of how to make things simple in your life, however necessary. And it was like, for no-fap in particular, and some intention, he gave advice of how to relate that into the social sense, like how to date women with no-fap in mind, how to, not always like that was other people maybe, but you had Angel, or this guy who was probably McCoy's, he has no other name, and he was a pretty good guy, yeah. I can remove it whenever I may, but this was Angel, my insignia friend for now. Nice no-fap YouTuber guy, and we'll post that on the top for reference. Okay, and then for our next topic, we'll use a sticky note. I'm still going to use a marker because even if you can't see the marker, I'm going to do this myself. Because reasons. Let's erase that already gone sticky note off because I'm a doofus. I can't erase the other side, so we'll have it. And then we'll post this other sticky note. And on it, we're going to write sideways. Because math. claymation topic for this podcast. I'm gonna write this in secrecy. You guys see anyway, so whatever. We're gonna write our topic for today's podcast sponsor. Is the main topic of the video. We're gonna write something with an A word, another A word other than aaangel. Aesthetics, ambition, artistry, animation in general, animator. Let's write animator. Yeah, this is a really funky way of writing animators. But if you can't even see that, then I guess my job is not done. Good for me then. Animators. I'm tired. Where I've been lately. Never mind. Animators. So, don't get twisted. Animators are the people who make animation, and animation is the medium of animating pictures that allow you to convey a moving film, like the films we've seen in live action. But unlike live action, animation is considered fictional, not just because it's fabricated, more so than even objectively depicted by film in the old days, but animation in general is considered a creative medium because it allows you to convey things that you can't even do with live action film. Not even truly objectively, but you can still do that you can understand that conceptually if you actually have done animation before. Even if animation counts in the live action films, because that is still being animated, it's just from the technology at least, but technology that interdisciplinarily aids you in animation the way it's depicted and quantitatively depicted in our day and age, like with 3D, 2D, and animation and sands and all that other shit going on. Pixel, whatever, etc. You have what people will do with claymation is going to be mentioned in a second, but you have what basically comes across as being a medium that can solve problems through the arts and entertainment and emotional context, more so than even you do get from emotional context. And we'll get into emotional independence in a second too as well. The emotional context that still does come from film and live action features. But the emotional context that comes from live action features is limited to what they can do with it, no matter how creative they are, but in their own way. But the creativity you can pull from animation is very unique because you can not only truly do anything through the illusory sense, however many $5 words I'm going to use right now, you can actually do things that. There's a saying from a really good animator who basically spit better words I did right now. That animation isn't supposed to mimic reality completely or even at all. It's supposed to be its own genre. Or beyond the genre of animation. Actually, animation doesn't mean not genre. That's another thing. But animation is not a genre. I'm sorry. Sorry, I like to Dragon 505. But animatic, the other guy. Animation doesn't mean not genre. But more so, there's a depiction where animation isn't supposed to. Oh, sorry. Yeah, animation isn't supposed to be a realism depictor. It's supposed to be its own thing. And what it comes down to is if you can actually depict animation through your own creativity and your own understanding of how to manipulate objects, which is what you learn through even machinima animation and other things, ragdolls, whatever. You learn that even then because you learn how to do illuminational, physical, but still sedimentary illusions through your animation process, and that's conveyed even through art itself. But that can be just a still thing. But that's the beauty of being an animator, is that when you manipulate those things, you learn that from experience and wisdom, or whatever the fuck I'm having fossilized. The animator of the animation of the animated pictures is a big component of how that is done. You don't just imagine something and make it. You actually think about who you are as a person that will bleed into it. People will often say, for example, when they critique a fictional medium, or they critique a fictional example of that medium, when they critique something that actually has already existed, and they say don't criticize so much the creator of that medium, but just the art piece itself. There's truth to that. But if you really think about it, the what you make, even on YouTube when you make videos, what you are as a person bleeds into your creativity as a creator and what videos you make. What you are in your life will bleed into that content. I told that to people before and they were like, yeah, shit, no shit, but also thank you for reminding me. But no, beyond that, it was like, yeah, it was a beautiful thing. I realized that, and I was able to teach that, and it was a beautiful thing. I knew that, and I was able to explain that away. It's definitely. But animators for the video topic. We'll talk about other things in this video a little longer than the podcast episode for claymation, but screw it, whatever. And now time to move the sticky note to another place. Oh yeah, get it twisted this time. And finally, we'll stop playing dumb and talk about what's on this board for this channel. This was actually a topic for the other. Look at me do this stuff on random. This was the gratitude topic for the other video that I made for the alternative channel that I also have. It was probably marshmallow that I did for. Yeah, it was marshmallow, and it won't really show you by rotation. That's okay. That's okay. But this says gratitude, and it also says emotional context or emotional independence. This good connection and balanced effort and question mark, which is actually going to be time. Reason for occurrence, creative laziness, and work on one thing. And the last thing says manifest results. Back into gratitude, full circle. Yeah. Yes. Stage Still Cassandra is on the move. That was the podcast episode for claymation. That didn't even make the whole episode podcast about stop motion animation, because most of it was about everything else. But yeah, that's my variety content / relevant video for the day. And as you can tell, I'm in a good mood because I didn't even just do this. I did other stuff, which was nice. You always go over that proverbial mountain, you know. You always have to make sure to push into discomfort, which not only fuels you, but will never end, and that is the process of learning to enjoy the journey.